Welcome to 3 Ps in a Podcast.
We're back, Volume 5, snow day, hanging out at Alma's house.
Indeed.
And yeah, we're gonna jump right into sports.
Yeah, because Nicole's got to get home before it snows too bad.
Yeah, I don't want to get stuck at Allie's house. No offense. I want to get home.
But yeah, so your boys basketball team, Shawnee Mission South, suffered a tough loss last night. Lawrence Lions, good solid team. But that did lose them the Sunflower League Championship. Lawrence will now take it home. And yeah, it was a tough loss. Really, I think Lawrence started the game on an 8-2 run, and that kind of set the tone for the game.
Yeah.
Lawrence just kind of kept him in an arm's reach pretty much the entire game.
Yeah. They were a good team.
Yeah, for sure.
They were really good. They barely missed a 3.
This is true. Number 15. God, whoever knows what his name was, but I think he missed 2 threes all night. I think he was probably 6 for 8 would be my guess.
Yeah.
He probably had 20 points.
Yeah. No.
Like it was on fire. But yeah, really, just overall, I think a good season, good takeaways. Season not over, obviously. We got Shawnee Mission West next Tuesday. And then after that, next Thursday and next Saturday will be sub-state games. Obviously, you got to win to move on. So Thursday, win, move on to Saturday. Saturday, win, going to state. So
jeez.
we're looking at we'll most likely play 2 Shawnee Mission teams, which is good because we haven't, other than Shawnee Mission East once, we haven't lost to a Shawnee Mission team this year.
And we beat Shawnee Mission North twice. So,
yeah.
if somehow we could play them.
And Northwest twice.
Oh, yep.
And I think West will be our first time playing them on next Tuesday. So
I think you're right.
Yeah.
No.
Did we play them at home?
We played them one time.
We did?
We
okay,
them
we beat them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because our only losses were Lawrence, East, Bishop Carroll, and Olathe South. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're looking good. Looking like hopefully the bracket will set up well for us. And yeah, it was a tough loss, especially on senior night. But I think the boys are hopefully that will kind of motivate them to make something of this season. As we move on in the next couple weeks.
They were pretty sad last night.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard to watch. Last night was senior night, so it was a big deal for all the seniors, but especially those boys. I felt so bad for them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, and then we have state for swimming coming up, and I heard that there's going to be a pretty small team going down to state.
Yeah, I think it was because they had a bunch of boys qualify for multiple events, which left less spots for other people to qualify.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then let's see, bowling has regionals next week, and then state's the 3rd of March or 2nd of March. So that's 2 weeks.
Yeah, so we're coming down to postseason for all the winter sports.
Yeah. Kind of terrifying.
Yeah, with really just a week left in the technical rotation. Obviously, a lot of stuff goes over, but
but and especially boys basketball.
Yeah, boys basketball. They don't end for a while, but that does mean that spring sports will be starting up here in a little over a week.
Oh yeah, track starts February 25th, guys.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Baseball, girls soccer, girls swim,
softball,
and boys golf, softball, girls tennis.
Yeah.
Or boys tennis. Boys tennis. So, yeah.
Jeez.
Got a lot of spring sports. So make sure you get out. Plenty of opportunities to get out and try something new.
Yeah, try something new, and also for the crowd, because we've written before in the past, everyone's spirit just disappears in the spring.
Well, I think it's because everybody in the spirit section is in a spring sport, so it leaves nobody left.
But still.
And also, it's hard to.
It's not that hard.
It's hard to watch spring sports.
Yeah. Yeah, but
girls
baseball
soccer's
games,
baseball
games are fun.
Hold on, girls soccer is the most fun to go to, the most attended. Boys baseball is fun and all, but baseball games are played at 3 and 2.
I love going down there.
30 minutes away. Oh my gosh,
it's so worth it. I love watching baseball.
Right.
Yeah.
Nicole,
Okay.
let's go.
Yeah, you guys.
Oh my God, let's we can commentate.
You can go broadcast the baseball game.
Oh my gosh, I would love to. Baseball's one of the only sports I can actually call everything.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. All right. Look forward to that.
Absolutely.
All right, and then we got some big dog seniors signing to colleges. We had 3.
Yeah, 3 of them. We got Sydney Hales going to William Penn to play football, Hunter Carpenter going to Baker to play football, and Jack Roberts heading to Pitt State to play football. Super excited for them.
Yeah, good job, boys. Good job,
for sure.
seniors.
Shout out to them. And then we'll kind of wrap up the sports segment per usual with a little KU K-State Big 12 talk.
Evan, take it away.
So, since we were last on the podcast, let's see, last Saturday, KU beat Oklahoma State, and then and then beat TCU on Monday, which was a big win for them. On the road on Big Monday, just an absolutely huge victory. Fought it out in overtime. So that was a huge confidence builder for them. While K-State also went 2-0 the last two games, beating Texas coming down to the wire on Tuesday this week, which was a huge game for them. It really showed how strong a defense they play. But yeah, K-State coming out with a win there is a little bit of a detriment to KU fans because KU, where the rankings sit right now, K-State's got a 2-game lead on the rest of on like a 4-way tie for second. So K-State needs to lose twice to fall back into that. So KU's got to play them at Allen in a couple weeks, which should be a very, very good game, especially KU looking for revenge. And then also they've got to play K-State still has to play Iowa State as well, and Iowa State is a team that beat KU by 17 and gave them a run at home as well. So it's still a lot up in the air. I could see anywhere from a 3, 4, 5-way tie for first this year in the Big 12 to K-State just running away with it. So we'll have to see what happens there. Should be interesting for sure. But yeah, so that's going to wrap up our sports section. We're going to transition right into a little Grammys talk, a little music section here.
Yes.
Okay, well, first, I didn't watch the Grammys, but my homegirl, Casey Musgraves, who I've raved about before, rave about 24/7, she won 4 Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
She performed her song Rainbow. The music video just came out. She's a queen. She also got this nasty picture of her taken. Like, her reaction was just, like, ugly. And she screenshotted it, tweeted it out, and had, like, a meme challenge for her followers. So she got ahead of the ugly picture and was like, do with it what you will. So basically, all in all, Casey Musgraves is a queen.
That's hilarious. I didn't see that. That's funny.
She's incredible. And I'm just so proud of her for winning 4 Grammys. She also performed in the Dolly Parton tribute with Miley Cyrus, Maren Morris, Little Big Town, and maybe someone else. They did a bunch of good songs. Great. If you haven't seen it, 10 minutes on YouTube. Incredible.
Yeah, it's really good.
It was really
Especially their song Jolene, because
Oh
Miley
my
Cyrus covered that song
good. Oh, yeah.
really well.
Yeah.
And
If
so
you
when they
have
sing
not
it,
heard that cover, it's incredible. I could
Yeah.
listen to it all day.
it's really good. And then we had a little spout with Cardi B because everyone was super mad that she won over Mac Miller because they invited Miller's family out to the
Oh,
Grammys to
yeah.
watch, and he didn't even win.
Which is
Okay, so here's my thing. I kind of stand on both sides here because I really appreciate all the tribute things, especially when a famous artist dies, and especially in the way he did. I understand it. I understand why people were upset, but at the same time, that doesn't just automatically make his music amazing.
No.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, like you see what I'm saying? Like I think his music's good.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that he's just all of a sudden a Grammy
Yeah,
caliber winner,
right.
which he never was. So for him to all of a sudden, just because he died, like, oh, he should be expected to win a Grammy. It's like,
No.
I don't really think that's a...
I don't think it's that. I think also, like, if you invite the family out, I feel like that gives kind of the notion of something.
I agree.
And then to watch them, like,
Yeah.
to have them
I
watch
think-
him lose is
I
still
think
kinda
part of
like-
it, though, was also because they did a big tribute to him and everything.
Yeah.
So I can see there are multiple levels of
Right.
it. But
But also to take away that win from Cardi B, wasn't really fair to her either because
That's
she
true.
did work hard for it, and
I agree.
she did win the award. People did vote for her. She
Yeah.
does have a big fan base. So to
She-
tear her down for a
somehow.
win that she deserved, she worked hard for, kind of sucks for her.
I agree. Continuing with rap, I wanted to discuss Travis Scott's awful performance. I'm sorry, I couldn't
Bad.
sugarcoat it.
Oh my god, his performance at the Super Bowl was bad.
I mean,
well,
most rappers can't sing without auto-tune. They can't
Yeah.
sing.
which is why I think it's
Mac Miller can.
That's true.
Just saying.
Just
There's,
saying.
there's a few rappers that can.
But I
pull
just
it
think
off.
it's crazy to me that that they basically what happened Travis Scott's thing, like performance was, they ran his track and he would jump in like every 3 words. I'm like, is this really a performance? Like, I don't really know if it counts. He's doing this weird dance in this cage, and I was very confused. I was like, I don't really know if you can call this a performance, especially on the Grammys. Like, this is a big stage. Like, I get that for concerts, you know, like that's what people pay for. That's what they expect.
Yeah.
But on the Grammys, on that big of a stage, like he opened with like a much slower session where he was actually doing some singing and a little bit of rapping, kind of into it mixed, with a piano behind. It sounded great, but then he jumped into this whole like, I don't even know what it was. It was like a rave almost. Like I just didn't really like it. And I mean, I'm not a huge rap guy in the first place, but I was just kind of surprised that they really allowed that to happen. Like I agree, he's, you know, they said like, yeah, he's taking a huge like change on the rap industry and whatnot. I love that and I appreciate that, but it just surprised me, really. I mean, more than anything, it just surprised me that's really what they were, you know, gonna allow him to do. And that's what they were taking from it.
And then, like, I always knew Lady Gaga was weird, but like, she's really weird. She was just awkward to watch. Like, she would talk and you were just really cringing.
Yeah. I mean, she gave like a good message about like mental health and like
for sure.
She always does, but like, I don't know, kind of weird. But then when they brought Michelle Obama out, oh my gosh, nobody would stop screaming. It was amazing. She's not even a singer. I thought that was cool. And they had Will Smith's wife up there. That was also pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they had the Diana Ross tribute. Well, not really a tribute. She's still alive, but she went up there and sang her songs and was introed by her grandson, which I thought was so adorable. But you can tell Diana Ross is getting older.
For sure.
Can't hit as many of the notes as she could when she was younger, but it was still pretty good, I guess.
And also, Dolly Parton has just not aged in like 20 years.
Oh my gosh.
Can we just talk about that for a sec?
Like, she can still sing well. Like, she looks the exact same. She, like, conspiracy.
If anything, things have gotten bigger on her rather than smaller. And
oh, wait, no, that's not natural.
No.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Never was, never will be.
But hey, you do you, I guess.
Man, this coffee tastes like tea.
Ooh. All right,
yeah, just a side note.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, don't worry.
So then Allie has some student tweets that she's been looking for this whole time. So let us have it.
I'm not going to lie, these are pretty much all juniors, and a lot of them I'm friends with. But I feel like a lot of kids don't tweet, like, really funny stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, my friends do, but a lot of us don't. I've come out of my shell more on Twitter and tweeted something really nerdy last night. I can read it. I think
Go for it. I want to hear it.
Okay, well, my tweet, so I was in the car with some friends, and we were talking about Minecraft. Like, not in depth. We started talking about Enderman, and then I was like, holy crap, is Bird Box just about an Enderman? Because you know when they look in your eyes, and you, like, die? And that's what I tweeted. Nichole, okay, you can't see her face, but Nicole's kind of shook right now.
That's exactly what it is.
I know.
Dude.
And I was like, oh my god, I'm a genius.
Oh my god.
So then I was like, I must tweet this. And so I did. You can follow me on Twitter, Allie Harrison, the 0 in Harrison.
I'm going to go retweet your tweet.
Harrison, 0.
I kind of am too. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh my god, thanks, guys.
Amazing. That's amazing.
All right, I'm blowing up on Twitter, guys.
And if you want us to shout out your tweet, just like tell one of us or tweet us.
Like DM me your tweet.
Yes. And we're thinking about starting a social media handle for the podcast.
That way it's easier for you to access us.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, but I'm going to read some funny tweets and just highlight some like funny accounts at South. So, number 1, Ben Shaw. His username is Ben Shaw King 5.
Notorious for his funny tweets.
Yeah, he has lots of funny tweets. They're all, I wouldn't say vulgar, but they're kind of gross.
They're all about going number 2, basically.
Well, no, he has one where he was like peeing on a tree.
Yeah.
So like,
that too. But
they're funny. Yeah. I appreciate them. And also, Will Cooper, he actually responded to my tweet and said, if Bird Box has anything to do with Enderman or with Minecraft, then it should probably win Best Picture. That's all I know. That got a couple likes too.
That's funny.
His username is Cooper's Cooper, and both of those don't have an E in Cooper. It's so hard to like say usernames.
Yeah, I hate to almost spell them out.
But Yeah, he has some funny stuff. And he retweets a lot of funny stuff. Like, his pinned tweet is, if Schmoop didn't exist, I'd be in 7th grade right now. Which is accurate. Especially if you're in Mr. Klein's AP English class. I'm not gonna lie, I've heard Schmoop is the way to go to get some information about One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yes.
Speaking of, I just read a great tweet from Barstool K-State.
Oh.
It says, roses are red, violets are blue. The leader of the Big 12 is from Kansas, and it's not KU.
Oh.
That's a little depressing.
That's depressing.
Kind of
But
funny though.
well written.
Yeah, no, well done. Shout
Yeah.
out.
I like the Barstool accounts. I think they're funny most of the time.
Most of the
Most
time.
of the
And I
time.
think, like, Barstool SMS talked about, like, Dr. Dane's fall in a funny way.
Which
I
was
thought that was
great.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
But I
was
think
great.
when you come out
Partially because he owned it too.
Oh yeah, it was
He
Oh.
totally owned it, and it was
same
hilarious.
thing
Yeah.
got in front of it. It was so funny.
My dad saw his tweet and he goes, "Who is this dude?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "Dad, that's my principal." And like,
yeah,
yeah,
he
it
was
went
on
everywhere.
Fox and Friends.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But
he was
I
on
think when-
GMA.
Yeah.
Just talking about
Oh,
that.
okay,
I
well,
mean.
Fox and Friends is above that for me. But anyway.
Moving on.
No, but I think when Barstool comes after its school's publications,
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that's a little inappropriate.
Not even just publications, but just picking out certain
Yeah.
groups of people. Or
And, like,
certain
not,
people. I
like-
think that's a little
Not
bit-
like making like a humorous joke, like a respectable joke about it, just saying, I don't know, the Patriots run by freshmen, bothersome to me. Not to be petty, but
Right.
don't appreciate it. We worked really hard. We work really hard on
Well,
everything
yeah, we
do.
all do, and like people always will criticize media
Right.
like that. I mean, that's
Right.
just what they're gonna do. It just makes me mad that, I mean, like I joined staff because I wanted my voice to be heard, and I wanted to make sure that
Yeah.
if I disagreed with something, I could do something to change it.
Right.
Sure.
Other people just want to keep being upset but not ever do anything about it,
Right.
which gets to me because it's like it's so easy to be on your school's publication. We make
Yeah.
it very easy, multiple
Or
hours.
to like talk to us about
Yeah.
what you want to see. Like
Write
we
a
have
guest
Twitter
column,
accounts. Yeah.
a letter to the editor, like tell us your thoughts, but nobody ever does.
Yeah.
Which
And so they
makes me
just
mad.
sit behind a screen.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But anyway, back to the
Not
funny
pointing any
stuff.
fingers. I'm just saying that's a generalization.
No,
like-
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
for medias across the country
Yeah.
too.
You should hold your media accountable, but you shouldn't
Bash
just bash them for the sake of bashing. But back to the funny stuff. Teddy Blair,
Mm.
an icon at South, really.
Oh, did he tweet something?
He tweeted, it was retweeted by Will Cooper, and that's why I saw it.
Oh,
Lower
okay.
class people will never know the joy of resealable baby carrot bags.
That's actually.
And I
very
just thought it
true.
was kind of funny. And also,
Sorry, not a fan of carrots. I wouldn't have got that joke.
Oh.
What?
I love.
Mm-mm.
How do you not like
Resealable
carrots?
baby carrot bags are the best.
They are. They really
Sure,
are. 'Cause then
I
they don't
believe
dry
it.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They dry out.
Yes, carrots
Oh.
like dry out. That's when they get like the white stuff on them.
I've never eaten carrots. I don't know.
You psychopath.
I probably had when I was little. It wasn't good, so I never ate it again.
Oh my God, carrots are so whatever.
They're crunchy and gross.
No, they're not. They're good. Also, one of our staff members, our web editor Ginny Horton, tweeted, "People that paid for Club Penguin membership now have reserved parking spots and a drug problem," which I thought was funny because like. I don't know the people who have like reserved parking spots at our school, but I think that's like a funny like stereotype,
No, yeah.
and I
For
feel
sure.
like it could definitely be accurate,
The people that paid for Club Penguin membership. That's funny.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's really funny.
Oh, and her username's Ginny Horton, Gini. Just giving everyone a shout out
Yeah.
today, including myself.
Well, can we just talk about the fact that my favorite tweet after the East game was Elias Anderson's tweet?
I was just about to talk about him.
Should I mention East MVP? And it was just a picture of a
Refs.
ref jersey.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that got a
That's
bunch
funny.
of likes.
That got especially because everyone was angry.
Right,
Got a
right.
bunch of- yeah.
But
Oh,
actually,
Ben also retweeted Teddy's tweet.
there we
That's
go.
funny.
Elias's Twitter is EliasDH20, and this one's kind of political, but it's funny. So there was a Fox host who said he hasn't washed his hands in 10 years because, quote, like, he can't see germs, so he doesn't think they exist, which, embarrassing. And so Elias tweeted a screenshot of that headline and said, "If you get past all the anti-vax kids, this is the final boss." And I thought that was funny, too.
Oh, so Caroline Toohey just tweeted.
Oh, she has a great Twitter.
Yeah, it's so funny. So she said,
Dog's going ham up there, Allie.
Cheyenne!
there we go.
All right, we're good now.
All right.
So-
God, the things we do for good content.
Yeah.
Yeah. For real, risking
right.
our lives.
Just try to listen over the dog. But Caroline Tui said, "Man, I didn't even get a Valentine snap from Team Snapchat today. It's sad boy hours."
I didn't get one either.
No,
I
nobody
did.
did. What?
I did.
I didn't.
Maybe
I haven't
because you're just a
opened it.
lovable person.
Dang.
Jeez.
Flex.
Well.
Okay. Oh, another funny tweet also runs with the Minecraft theme.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know why Minecraft is so prevalent in my life, but it just is. Abby Cox, her username's Abby Pencox. She's our photo editor. And she tweeted, "The feeling I get from homework is the same feeling I get when I'm mining and run out of torches, but I'm not on peaceful mode."
Oh
And
my
I retweeted that
God.
so fast.
How long until we can play Minecraft together? Like, come on.
Oh my god. Why wait? Live stream. We're gonna go on Twitch.
We
We did a
could.
podcast on Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
At this point,
And then
we may as well.
the last tweet I have, which I thought was funny, and especially like if you've ever like heard the jokes he makes,
Mhm.
Will Kelly tweeted, "Excuse me, Tatiana, I would love to see you bust out."
Just change up the words a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the
I thought
crab?
that was
Have you guys
funny.
seen the crab rave to that song yet?
No.
Oh, we're gonna have to watch it after the podcast. That's
Oh,
hilarious.
my
It's
God.
literally just this random video of these crabs like dancing to it. It's hilarious. It's
funny.
really funny.
I'm down.
And I
Mark
just-
early showed it to me.
Oh,
It was
really?
great. Yeah.
Oh, geez.
I just found a quote from Marco Vasquez. He's a senior, I think. It is, "Everyone's AOC this or AOC that," and I'm over here like, why is everyone talking about Attack of the Clones? Cause same. Oh,
That's pretty funny.
I mean, not to get political, even though our next segment is news. Not to get political, but she's an idiot.
That's
She's just
funny.
flat out an idiot.
That's
Really?
funny.
Yes. But talking about news, the next presidential election is next year.
Mhm.
Nichole and I
Which
will be
is
able to vote.
crazy.
Will you
Yeah.
be able to
I will
vote?
be able to vote.
We will
Really?
all be able
Yeah.
to vote.
When's your birthday?
August 2nd.
Yay. So we're all going to be able to vote. So it's very important, I think, that, you know, we get informed on who's running. And people are already bidding. Elizabeth Warren, I think Kamala Harris officially.
Yeah.
There's other suspects.
Kanye,
running.
what? No.
I think
And-
everyone's gonna
yeah.
be shocked at the voter turnout this year
Um,
because last year, certain people won.
Last year.
Well, last
Couple
voting,
years ago.
last voting cycle, people won because lots of people decided, well, since neither is better, I'm just not going to vote.
mhm.
Forgetting that there is write-in categories. You can write in the
Right.
president you want, which obviously turns into a joke
Yeah.
a lot of the time.
And that's kind of the thing with like voting for independence. It's like
Yeah.
I think a lot more people vote with independence, but they're or like align with independence, but I'm turning into Scott Hirons. But when you don't want to vote for an independent because like I tend to lean more Republican. If I were to vote for an independent, I would feel like I was helping the Democrat. Like if I really disagreed with the Democrat, I feel like I should vote for the Republican because I think they have a better chance at beating the Democrat.
See,
It's
but
a
I
whole
feel
game.
like politics are so stupid in that way where it's
They
either
are.
or. It shouldn't be either or. It should be
I agree.
who has the best views and who is going to make sure our country stays
Right.
safe.
Well, and
and
I mean, as far as I know, I heard a lot of people that were voting third party, not because they thought the third party was going to win, but because they were voting third party so they could have a third party, so they could have
That's
a third
fair.
option. That
Yeah.
way, it's not either or.
yeah.
And as we saw, I mean, third party was the highest it's been in years.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it kind of worked in that way. Obviously, it's not going to just all of a sudden turn into
Yeah.
But
now
I
we have
think-
3 parties, now we have 4 parties, you
But
know,
I
whatever.
feel like
But
people now, like, I bet our next president's going to be a Democrat just because
Oh,
people
for
are
sure.
going to vote in spite of the Republicans, which is also wrong. Because who knows, maybe the Democratic, like, whoever going to be, like, that candidate might be awful. But people
Right.
are going to vote for them anyway
Oh,
just to
yeah.
be like, oh, we're not reelecting Trump because he's the
or they're
Republican candidate.
or they're gonna pick someone so awful, like
Yeah.
so left wing that
Mhm.
it's gonna win the election
Yeah.
again for Trump. Like if
Right.
Elizabeth Warren ran, I think Trump would win again.
Mm-hmm.
I think people hate Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah.
Which like
Agreed.
most sensible Democrats that I've talked to
Mhm.
don't like Elizabeth Warren.
No, yeah. Do you
Yeah.
know who? Okay, so I saw this tweet on Twitter, and I don't know who tweeted it. It just was
Just
in
tweet
my
on
feed.
Twitter?
Yes. Shut up. You're
where,
so mean.
where else would you see
You're
it?
so mean.
All right,
You
shut
can
up
see it
then.
on Instagram. People.
I guess that's true. I
Yeah,
guess that's
just
true.
shut up.
All right,
Um,
Nicole.
So somebody said, "Why doesn't Michelle Obama run for president?" And I started laughing because honestly, if you think about it, like
Oh, she would.
Lots of people would vote for her.
Oh, she would win.
Yes.
She's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Not
She's
to
not
play
hated.
identity politics, but she's black.
Yeah.
All right.
The
She's
wife
an
of
Obama.
one of the best presidents.
Yeah. One of the most respected,
Yeah.
loved presidents.
Yeah.
Like, hands down, it would
Yeah.
be Michelle Obama.
Because if it was her against Hillary Clinton,
my
nobody would vote
God.
for Hillary.
Oh my
Nobody.
God.
Right.
Michelle Obama is just a fan favorite.
Yeah.
Like, even
I
if,
agree.
despite of her politics, I respect her as like a human being, as a woman.
Well,
Like,
her new
she's
book
great.
made records for
Really?
selling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good.
it did.
Everybody bought it.
Yeah. Well, and like going back to the independence thing, I'm gonna touch on a website that I think is really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there will be some independence. The Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz, former CEO,
Oh, I've heard about this. Yeah,
is potentially gonna run. He did a town hall on CNN. You can't see on my computer, but it's literally pulled up because I was watching
got
it.
it right there. Yep.
But he's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
if he could get people behind him, he would be a good president.
Yeah.
Just from what I know, I don't know everything about him, but he's a businessman, which
See, but
Take it or
okay,
leave
I think it's great that all these people are running for president, but I've never been alive to know. I've never been old enough to know a president when he was from military background. And I think it is so important that our president has military background because they are in essence the commander in chief. They
Right.
command the
I
troops.
agree.
If they don't
Yeah, yeah.
That makes
know
sense.
how an army rank is even like ran, what gives them the right to tell an army like
That's
you
fair.
need to go fight? Like you've never fought yourself.
That's a good point, and that's a
That's
good point. I
actually
never
really
really,
good.
I never really thought about that.
Lots
Neither.
of our presidents had fought in the war, like Eisenhower. Not saying he was good, but he did fight in
Right,
wars.
right.
And before
Kansas man.
that, everybody fought in wars. Like,
yeah, freaking George
it-
Washington.
yeah, it has only been recently where we're getting presidents that
That are
are
entertainers and
just
businessmen.
politics.
I don't.
Businessmen,
although-
businesswomen.
Yeah,
I don't think it's bad to have politicians running who aren't politicians, like having businessmen run. Because
yeah,
I think
it brings in an
I-
outside
everyone's corrupt,
perspective.
but I think politicians are especially corrupt.
Yes,
So when
I
you
agree.
come in with a business background, I don't think that's necessarily. A
But
bad
not to
thing at all.
name drop, but I think Trump was like he's a great businessman.
right?
You know, a lot of times when you can get business involved in politics, they can only care about certain things and can only know about certain
Yeah.
things, which is, you know, for
Right.
him the business side of things. And
right.
and then if you
and
don't
I-
agree with
And
your
then
advisors,
he neglects the military
Right,
aspect that
yeah,
right,
Nicole was talking
correct,
about.
yeah,
Right.
and you know, if we get in a war right now, I'm not feeling very
no, we
confident,
definitely,
you know?
yeah, it'd be so bad.
So
And I mean, I get that he's really good. He might be good at having
he's a
us-
great businessman.
Yes.
Right.
And
Like,
like getting
he's
us out of
respecting
wars,
that,
like
right.
with the Koreas, like
Mhm.
making sure that didn't happen.
I agree.
But if it did happen, like, who's gonna be in charge of that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
That's fair.
Because Obama and Hillary Clinton, when they sat in for what war was that? It was the No,
Ooh.
but you know what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
that there's like a picture of them like
Yeah,
in a
together.
room.
But like
I don't know.
neither of them had any experience in the army at all. So
Yeah, it
you
had to
were
have been
just
the
like
Vietnam War.
solely relying on your advisors. And when you don't agree with them or you fire them a lot,
That's fair.
who
Yeah.
you know, who's backing you up? So I don't know. I hope there's at least one candidate that is from a military background or
Yeah.
at least
Or
has
it's like at least from
been
like a military
Yes.
family and like understands
Yes.
some of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
has
No,
I agree.
respect
That's a
for-
very
that's
good
not
point.
bad at all.
Yeah.
And okay, so I found this website.
Mhm.
It's not unpopular. It's called I Side With, and you take a quiz, and it has like domestic policy questions, foreign policy, economics, environmental issues, all of that, and it has a bunch of questions,
Yeah.
and you say yes or no, or you can click other stances, and it'll pick more like specific things. Like one thing is like, do you support like decriminalizing like drug dealers or decriminalizing like drug charges? I'm probably saying that really horribly, but the general idea. So you can click yes or no, but then like I chose like yes and retroactively like lessen sentences, like in jail. So you
Yeah.
can pick random stuff like that. And you go through and you pick those, and then it'll tell you candidates you align with, where you align with parties. Like
Yeah.
I'm almost equally Republican as I am Democrat.
Mhm.
Almost
Which is crazy because people wouldn't think
Right.
that about you.
exactly. I'm like 75% libertarian or whatever, like based on this site, and it tells me all the people I align with, and the person I align with most is a libertarian, but like out of the people actually running, I think I align most with a Democrat,
Mhm.
Right.
which is news to me.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Well,
Right.
okay, but at least you are taking the time to realize that.
Right.
There are
Right.
some people that just keep
Just vote based on
voting.
parties?
Yes. And like they don't even look at the views. They don't even know the person's
Right.
middle name.
Which again
like,
is why I think parties are
No,
an
like-
utter embarrassment to,
I think in the
to
polls
what
you
we're-
can't put the
what
party.
we're doing.
Just put the names. Don't put the party. Then
Yeah.
people walk in there. They're like, oh,
Oh,
didn't take the
No
time to
idea.
research.
Yeah, I agree.
And yeah,
And that's where like identity politics come in, because like if you don't know any of the people, you're gonna be like, well, she's a woman, so maybe.
Yeah.
Check.
Right.
Which I think is also messed up. I think you need to. This isn't a new thing being said, but you have to educate yourself about the candidates, about their views, and this website makes it so much easier.
I agree.
the sad thing
It
is
shows everything.
yeah, there's no way to get people who don't want to educate
No.
themselves educate themselves,
Right.
which sucks because
Right.
there are people that take so many hours out of their day to like watch the news, make sure they know, and there's not like a test where you're like eligible to vote because it's
Right.
America, everyone
Right.
can vote no matter
Right.
what,
Right.
but it does kind of stink
And,
sometimes.
yeah, and that's what skews it all. And especially like it's those people who just vote on party lines, which, like to an extent, I do understand.
Yeah.
And like, but either way, you kind of have to sacrifice your ideals, especially if you're voting like independent. Like, I agree with Howard Schultz on like a majority of things, but there's like some like economics things that we like disagree on.
Mm-hmm.
So like, do I sacrifice what I believe in that regard for him because I agree with most of his stuff? I don't know. You just kind of have to think about that. Like, it's a whole big deal, and
Yeah.
we're gonna be able to vote, and like,
I'm excited.
oh, me too. I'm
Yeah.
so
I'm
excited.
registering.
I would agree.
Yeah. But it's a big responsibility. It's a big deal.
For sure. Yep. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up this week. Allie, thanks
Yeah.
for hosting us.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no
Hopefully I
problem.
can leave.
Well, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to leave, so I was like, you
Yeah.
guys can
You
just
guys come over.
Mhm.
Yep. Well, yeah, your little slug bug isn't going to make it anywhere in the
Hey,
snow.
Although she does better than you think.
Probably better than mine, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, folks, for tuning in. So this is Friday morning that we're recording, so it's going to be posted here in about a little
An
less than an hour.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll be finishing up with that, and just keep the feedback coming. So we're ready for next week.
We'll probably get a social media, either Twitter, Instagram, or both started, so you guys can get in contact with us better about
sure.
things you want to talk about.
We're here on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we can also start hosting people on the podcast
For sure.
eventually.
If you
That
want to
would be
come
fun.
on, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk
let
to
us
us.
know.
Talk to us. It'd be a good time.
Right.
All right. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Have a good one.